Thank you. In the bottom left, it seems he may currently be teamless, but we will double check that whilst we have a second as the game gets going. EnDerr is apparently playing for Liab Esports, representing the Philippines, which happens to be almost a home nation for me. He is the red Zerg player. It's EnDerr. And his opponent in the top right, also playing Zerg, representing LG Cans, the blue Zerg player from Australia. It's NXZ even. Let's check he is most definitely from Australia. Yep. Okay. So, we have another best of 3 coming in here, guys. This is now Group A. We did Group B first. On the main stream, Frisky for Risky is taking on Blisk. So we do have a Hitchcast pool for both of these players, both of them opening absolutely identically with a macro-based opener. Nothing substantially strange going on here as we get into a standard opening in a standard early game. I'd expect to see some Lings, some Banelings hopefully, and then we'll move into most likely the Roach Ravager state of the game. One player may choose to go for the early Mutalisk, but it is always risky if you do so based on the pure force of a ground army hitting you. Now, I'm not familiar with how these guys play, so I won't make any assumptions. Like Mio Micah, I know he's a very aggressive player, and I know Seaful was very chill. Azura I wasn't as familiar with either, although I have cast him before. So pool's finishing, we're seeing 6 Lings coming out here from NXZ, going to moving across the map here. Only 2 Lings being made by EnDerr, as he is going to slide in a couple of drones. Speed starts at identical timing, and as you can see, drones will be slightly quicker here for the player in red. EnDerr will be ahead in that work account as he has made less units, pure and simply. So these 6 Lings are going to start moving down. They are probably going to try and take a path where they are less likely to be seen. You can see Overlords for EnDerr did not see them. So these Lings currently are completely unexpected. Queen is done, but I think the purpose of these Lings is possibly to kill the Queen. The second Queen coming down though to spread creep does make this a little bit easier to defend. Baneling Nest goes down, and finally this will be seen here. As they roll in, you can see the Queen will be the target. There are 2 Queens, so I don't think this will die. Nope, going to go for the Creep Tumor instead. That is still a nice win. Slow down the communication. The movement between the natural and third base. And also waste some of that energy. We see no third yet for NXZ, who is producing many more Lings. He's getting a Baneling Nest. Really Linging quite heavy. We see a very quick lair as well from NXZ. I'm sorry, it was EnDerr who's producing a lot of Lings right now. So I do think we're going to see, from the side of our blue player, I don't think it'll be Mutas. There's no gases taken. Interesting. Very interesting. He's not banking gas by any means just yet. He's going to get a Spine Crawler as well to defend. But the lair is getting close to finishing. We see no Roach Warren. It's going to be quick Baneling speed, right? That's the only option at this point. So Creep Tumor will be taken out. You can see there are 2 Queens blocking the ramp. There are no workers here. They have already evacuated the premises. Moving up to the main. The work account generally for EnDerr actually ended up being much lower. EnDerr is going to be the one being big time on the aggression. He's making so many Lings and Banelings. And now the Banelings are coming in. I just think this lair timing is going to mean there's not going to be much done. There's a Spire coming down, but NXZ just doesn't have gas. Or the Baneling hit's not managing to get the most out. The Spine Crawler does go down, but it looks like the Lings alongside the Queen reinforcements will be able to push this back. And now NXZ has a considerable worker lead. He has to just hold on. He's producing a few more Lings. Did he make a Spine in the main? No. Another Spine will go down in the natural as more workers, as more units come in. NXZ trying to make Banelings, but all of these Queens will be surrounded, and now this becomes a little bit more scary. The Queen is going to have to do so much work here. Very nice micro from NXZ to use the Queen as sort of a bit of a buffer and a bit of a wall almost, but there's so many Lings coming in right now, and Banelings coming in for EnDerr. The Banelings will hit the drones. GG! EnDerr takes game 1. The Filipino power. And he kills a dude. Ryan Jones. Unfortunately, NXZ doesn't quite get it this time. A quick wing there from EnDerr. He just made a lot of units and pressed A. Turns out it works. So the second map is going to be... I need to make this. Stop distracting me, chat. Second map is Ice and Chrome, and that is going to be on the Australian server. Social. I think I probably just changed the scene because my hotkeys are similar. Australia. Chrome and Ice. Game up. And then needs to reconnect. It's completely fine. We are going to invite NXZ. Whoopity whoopity. Get off my property. And we will be getting into it. Oh, I didn't change the scene. Well, that's good. Well done, me. Oh, yes, I did. I changed to the one with Creighton. He's not here. Sorry. Creighton will be here later, guys. He'll be here for EU. So we do this, then we'll do the same again in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and then Creighton will be here. I promise he's coming. But it's just a little bit later. I'm solo casting the first half of the day. This was a last-minute plan. They didn't plan to have me do this. Literally less than 12 hours notice. And it is back. And declined. We're just waiting for EnDerr to join. And then we are going to go. Pinky promise. And Risky is also playing on the mainstream if you're interested in watching him. Okay, ready. NXZ. So go. Let us start the game. We are getting into map 2 of the CVZ. Hopefully we can go the distance and hit 3 maps here. Bink, bink. You can hear the sound of the countdown. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. We're in the loading screen. Guys, I will see you guys in just 1 moment. Inside Ice and Chrome for map 2 of NXZ versus EnDerr. I really need to disable that on the NA. In the top right, playing for LG Cans, he is the Blue Zerg. Representing Australia. And that upside down pride, he is Ryan Jones, NXZ. As opponent in the bottom left, in the red, he is the Filipino Zerg player. And he's going for a early spawning pool, currently winning the series 1-0. It's EnDerr. So EnDerr looking for a quick win here. This was a very early pool, as you can imagine, and it does look like we are going to have a hatch here from NXZ. Yes, it is going to be that hatch build. So NXZ really wanted to play the macro game here in Ice and Chrome, and EnDerr is looking to end it shortly. Oh, that was awful. I'm sorry. I forgive myself for that one. So as I said, guys, after this series, we will be doing the losers game, I believe. Let me double check this because I'm confused. B1 and 2. No, this is the last series. Okay, so this is the last series today of this region, of the OCE region. We will then be moving to Taiwan, Hong Kong. EnDerr now going for a scout season of this match first. He'll be feeling pretty good about that. And is he going to pull? Oh, he's pulling. Oh my god, is he pulling? Okay, where are the overlords? It's very important that this is scouted as late as possible. Okay, no, it's already been scouted right now. As the spore crawler does start up, the spawning pool only halfway done, and the lings and the drones are moving across the map. This spine crawler will of course not finish, and now the drone is going to chase it to try and make sure it can't get one down on the edge of creep again. It's a nice scout so far from NXZ in terms of defense, but he's going to have to pull the drones perfectly. Another spine crawler goes down. He needs to deal with this quickly because the drones and the lings are entering. There are 6 lings and however many drones is a shed ton. It looks like 10 moving in right now, and they are going to start throwing down spine crawlers on the edge. The lings are going to buffer here against the drones, and now we're going to have the scrap coming in. There are no lings out just yet here for Ryan Jones. NXZ has got a lot to do. The spine crawler is halfway done, but lings do now pop, and the numbers advantage will be in favour of Ryan Jones. NXZ, he does have more workers here, of course. He has, I believe, like 5 or 6 more. The spine crawlers don't look like they're going to complete. It looks like Ryan's got a pretty good hang of this. One spine is very, very nearly done. Oh my god, he's not going to let it go up, is he? It does go up. It's very, very low, though. It will go down in just a couple of hits. This one has a little bit more health, but there's just nothing left to actually kill the front line, I think. A few Lings and this should be fine. This guy is already very, very low. Lings fighting drones right here. As long as the spine crawler goes down, and it will. It looks like NXZ has defended. He's up 11 supply. GG is called, and NXZ takes a very, very quick game 2 with a solid defense. What can you say? What can you say? Very nice win there for NXZ. He defended that absolutely perfectly. He bought himself enough time. He found some good angles, and he won the fight. Okay, so the final map is going to be Def Aura, and that will be back on the Singapore server. You can hear me just sorting everything out, guys. It's the admin life. I've already forgot what the map was going to be. It was Def Aura, right? Yeah. Def Aura. Aura d'Amour in French. There you go. He learned something today. Something like that, anyway. Aura d'Amour. Let us invite our players. NXZ. Invite. EnDerr. Is EnDerr relogged again? Can't currently see him online. There we go. Just going to make sure the players are ready, and then we're going to hop right into game 3. EnDerr is ready. NXZ is ready. GLGL. We are getting into map 3. No sting time. We are 2 hours into our 12+ hour day, guys, and I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling great. I can't wait for this game 3. These players playing great. Yeah, you would have been able to see Discord for a second. I fixed that now. F10 is one of my scene changes. And I had to use F10 to fix the settings, so... Okay, let's do it. In the bottom right, playing for LG Cans, he is the blue Australian Zerg player. He wins the last game with a solid defense, looking to win the series. Everyone knows him as Ryan Emma Effin Jones, but he is NXZ. And his opponent in the top left of Def Aura, representing the Philippines, he is the red Zerg player, with some very aggressive wins so far today. It's EnDerr. EnDerr moving out for a very quick drone scout here. Wants to make sure he does not die to anything spooky. It does look like we are going to have macro out of both of these players. Pool going down at 16. Hatch even going down at 16 for EnDerr. And it looks like it will be a 17 hatch here for... Other way around. 16 NXZ, 17 EnDerr. That's the words we're looking for. EnDerr gets that scout in, sees that he is playing against some macro playing. We're going to have a proper game here. It's going to go for more than a minute and a half. Guys, let me know in chat right now. Game 3, who are you feeling? Todd in the chat as well. And Demi too. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Johan. That's super kind of you, man. It's nice to see you. So, hatch gas pool for both of our players. It's looking pretty similar here. Oh my god, but EnDerr is playing so greedy. The third hatchery coming down before 2 minutes, before queens, before lings, before absolutely anything. NXZ so far does look like he is not going to be doing the same thing. He's going to get some units out, possibly queens, and I'd say probably 4 or 6 lings here. In terms of defense, he's also getting an Evo chamber very early. A couple of queens coming out, no lings just yet. There we go, just a 2 right now. Drones being produced like crazy here from the Filipino EnDerr. As his pool will be finishing soon. This third hatchery, of course, has not been scouted. It is completely unknown. This Overlord is heading there, but it's a long old journey for this slow old boy. We are seeing +1 beginning here for NXZ. And if NXZ can hit a timing before this third really powers up and gets producing, this could be good. But there is going to be very good production here from EnDerr. He's going to have that extra larvae. He's going to have a good amount of queens. Yep, he's going up to 2. No third. There we go. Third queen started as well here in the third. Zergling speed will be done. I think with a good spine, possibly, this could be completely fine here. Still no scout on the third. Comes in, sees that there's no queen here, and the lings were a little bit late. May now head down to check that position. We see a baneling nest go down in the front. That's going to be such a heavy defensive tool here for EnDerr. And if he wants to get his economy flying, it's going to be very important. Now, EnDerr moving across the map is going to see that there is a baneling nest going down as well here for NXZ. The queens are done. Everything looking normal. Does he get to see the Evo chamber? That's a very, very important piece of tech, and he does see it. No? Yes. So the Evo chamber is discovered. He now knows he is playing against +1 gameplay. He does not have an Evo chamber, of course, of his own. Speed is going to be slower here for NXZ, but it's only going to be around 10 to 15 seconds. And the baneling nest will be completed. But production for EnDerr, look at the ling production, is absolutely through the roof. Using this third hatchery to do nothing but produce lings. There are no drones coming. EnDerr is looking to get very aggro and do a lot of damage. The third hatch for NXZ is down, and he will be able to catch up in production pretty soon. And he's producing a good amount of banelings. This is very, very important. We see 5 banelings being produced apiece here. Look at the lings swarming across the map. We should see nothing but lings from either side. Maybe a spine crawler from NXZ behind the natural could be useful. One baneling gets a couple of lings, but nothing great. The second baneling gets an okay connection. The third one isn't good enough. And now it looks like EnDerr's going to be moving a lot of units across the map. NXZ will be sweating. You've got a lot here. The banelings cannot get the connections right now if you're an NXZ fan. If you want Ryan Jones to win, you're praying for these banelings to miss. So many drones in the natural are going to need to be pulled and split. A few of them will start to go down. Now finally lings come down, try and find a defense. Drones will go down across the other side as well. Drones did go down just a few, as there was a small counter attack. Now finally it looks like NXZ may have enough to defend. He can cancel these baneling cocoons, and that's exactly what he's going to do. NXZ holds, he has a worker lead, and he's pushing back his opponent. We're seeing nothing but lings continue to be produced. Ling bane wars, my favourite thing in this matchup, and we're seeing it to the best right now. Lots and lots of lings right here in the middle of the map. It looks like EnDerr has a slight advantage, and NXZ will back off. NXZ has +1 above his opponent right now. He can look for these fights. He can look to be aggressive, and that's exactly what he's going to do. There will be no upgrades here for EnDerr. Demi in chat, school of me. Demi, I don't know ZVZ, so thank you for teaching me. Now, NXZ is down a little bit in supply. He still has a defensive baneling, and that one manages to get an okay connection. 5 lings here, 6 lings here. We'll be able to take down this queen. These lings need to come down to defend because this queen will fall, and that's exactly what is going to happen. At the other side of the map, we can see a scrap going on, and NXZ making work of some of these lings. The upgrade actually isn't seeming as... Oh, the banelings! Okay, 2 banelings managed to take out 4 there. A bit of an advantage picked up. The last baneling will go down, and the queen with some lings will be able to defend this natural. Drones will be pulled. You can see a couple will go down, but it's not going to be more than just that. The third is still not saturated here. NXZ is starting to drone. EnDerr has that work account that he has been able to build up whilst this is happening. But still, that upgrade is coming into play. It is still a very important piece of equipment here for NXZ, should he choose to go on the aggressiveness on the aggro. Peppy and chat as well, thank you for being here, guys. I love it. I really appreciate every one of you coming to hang out with a silly English boy on a 30-degree British morning, talk about StarCraft for 14 hours. It's the best. Baneling's coming in once again here for Ryan Jones. He's not going to be able to get too much done. He does get into the main with a few lings, maybe able to find a worker here. He's instead going to opt to try and take out a queen. Unfortunately, that will be to no avail. And we do have a big attack coming down here, also in the south, coming out of EnDerr. EnDerr has a lot of lings down here. 1 baneling could completely turn the tides, of course, and +1 still having that huge impact. You can see that NXZ will be feeling pretty good. But this is not a fight he wants to take right now. That's a whole bunch of lings with wings. Doing some damage at the other side of the map. There was a small attack that killed a couple of workers here for EnDerr, evening up that worker cap once again. This is a very scrappy game, and I apologise if I miss anything. I'm trying to keep track. I'm old. Lots of lings coming in right now for EnDerr. EnDerr looking to be very, very aggressive, possibly towards the third. No, he's going to run up the ramp here between the natural and the third. And there's so little here. Where are the banelings? Okay, they're coming in now from the west-hand side. Banelings seeing if they can find a connection. So far, no luck. Banelings trying to connect on banelings, and now there's no banelings here for the Filipino. EnDerr still looking for something. I think EnDerr's playing well, but NXZ's defense has been great so far. Supply's dead even. A lot in production right now for both of these players. This baneling will be picked up. Very nice. Small counter-attack is dealt with over the other side of the map. A couple of workers do go down here in the natural, and it looks like 4. That's a pretty decent number right now to get for a few lings. Also continuing to get all the information do everything they can. I think Ryan's playing very, very well right now. He's finding these angles to get a little bit of damage and keep the game even in terms of workers throughout. There are no workers on the third here for either player still. Naturals, you can see in terms of saturation, 12 here and 14 here. So saturation, I imagine, is very slightly better for... No, it's even across the board. Huge clump of Lings coming in for EnDerr right now. Is going to be able to take down the third base, it looks like. The third getting very low. There's no Banelings here. And now the third base does go down. And that supply box NXZ, he does break it by losing some units. The best way to break a supply box. But look at all these Zerglings that have just found their way. They're killing all the queens. They found their way into the natural. Lings are going to be able to clean up some of this. But look at the main now. It's going to be decimated as well. A few Lings will pop out here. EnDerr has killed a lot of workers. He is losing some at the other side of the map. Banelings and Lings will finally be able to clean this up. But I think right now, NXZ has done a better job. He managed to save a lot of his workers. All of his workers almost. He lost the queens though, so production will be slower. I don't know, there's only one queen down. Oh, ZVZ is so hard. The third base is dead though. That's a very, very important thing in terms of production. Banelings coming in through the acceleration zone. They get great hits there. And that's so many Lings gone down right now for NXZ. He still has that +1 upgrade, but he is starting to lose a lot of units. Resources lost. Let's take a look. It's very close with NXZ losing just a little bit more. EnDerr's control that little bit better. And this is despite an upgrade disadvantage that EnDerr has been able to do this. Now, EnDerr is still down in workers and he's losing a couple more. The NXZ is finding so many great counterattacks to find a little bit of damage into the third or into the natural and occasionally the main. But he is still down a base. Finally going to try and retake that. It looks like his pushes are being thwarted for now. NXZ, despite being down a base, has kept up in terms of the supply and the army supply. He is still leading slightly. That may change in just one moment though. NXZ continuing to look for these counterattacks. He's losing this ramp to his advantage. Baneling! Ooh, you're a lucky boy. Workers going down once again right now in the main here for... EnDerr. He is now down to just 21. NXZ has managed to pick up a pretty healthy amount of workers, but what does he have at home? 2 Banelings. It looks like the Lings are looking at the natural. There are a few Lings here. 1 Baneling managing to take down 2 Lings. Not a great trade there for NXZ, but the second one still doesn't get what it needs, but this upgrade is just paying so much in terms of killing Lings. They need some more Lings at home, and another Baneling is up here in the main. Oh, look how many workers NXZ has just found over here in the main. He's just killed 12 more workers, like enough, and a Baneling managed to get in as well to the natural. And now it is 12 workers to 26. EnDerr has to kill with what he has right now. He is never going to keep up in production. You can see the third base finishing once again for NXZ. And I think for EnDerr right now, that could be the nail in the coffin. EnDerr played an absolutely phenomenal game of StarCraft. Oh, nice Baneling hit there. But I think now NXZ is going to have too much army supply still even. And a lot of it in production right now. But there's just not going to be the money. You can see the income right now, 600 minerals a minute to 1400 minerals per minute. EnDerr playing so much aggression, and in the end the counterattacks were able to take the better of him and get that worker count down. 10 worker difference right now, and NXZ is going for it across the map. He has a couple of Banelings here to defend, one not getting anything he really needs. Second one though finds a bit of a mark, and Banelings will start to clean this up alongside the Queen. A few Lings. This does look like it will be cleaned up in the main. 2 Lings should be able to come in and just finish that off. And now the aggression is coming in. There's just nothing here at home right now for the Red Zergler. The Filipino is up against it. He needs to make something happen, and he just has nothing. Look at the supply, Todd. GG is called, and NXZ takes